Hi, my name is Rachel. I'm the owner of couponsdowork.com, and this is my very first blog posting or video blog posting. And I'm not going to really talk about like couponing because you can find a lot of info. My thing is how to stretch a dollar out to a point where you can get a lot of things you need or things you might need in the future, and how to budget. And this is how I budget being a mom, being a stay-at-home mom, and making sure that we are doing okay financially. My daughter, she's in competitive cheerleading, and that's incredibly expensive. It's $3,000 a year, and not including your uniform, not including the travel expenses. When you drive to the competition, and they're usually out of state. I'm not including the hotel. Let's travel, hotel and gas and food. So I've actually came up with a great method to stretch out my $1,200 a month I have for groceries, for my gas, and for my kids to do their stuff, as well as getting clothes for the kids. Now, I don't buy clothes every month, so, that's good. But I'm going to talk about my budgeting, my strategies. And the first thing I want to talk about is my little book safe. And you see right here, it's a book safe. I got this at Office Max. You can get it at Amazon.com. It's a little book safe, and you open it up. And this is my budgeting way, and I'm trying to open the thing here with holding my iPhone. But it's a way to, to put things in there, like your jewelry, money. I actually do, what I do is I have two of them. My first one is where I put my money. So I use a random envelope I get from the mail, spam mail, whatever. And I put my, my money in there. Let's see, I got some money. And so for the $1,200 I get, I put $1,000 away. Because I built my stockpile, and the best time to build your stockpile, and there's a secret, is during the holidays. If you're a stockpile newbie like I was, and I started actually of November of last year, actually a week before, or 2 weeks before Thanksgiving, and I just wanted to build a stockpile, and I want to be able to use and have a 6-month supply of certain things. Obviously, it's not going to expire soon. And because of that, we're eating a lot healthier. Although I try to cook organic food much as I can, but there are days you can't. Like frozen pizza, you can have your lazy cook day. But most of the time, I actually do not have a lot of frozen food. Anything that's frozen is for my lazy cooking days, which is a rare day, or for like I'm sick or something. Or I make a food, and if I have too much of it, like soup or whatever, I freeze it. Bread I freeze, but I really don't buy a lot of that junk food because of all the sodium. And yes, you can get it pretty cheap, but why buy it cheap when you can make a big batch of it and freeze it, where it's a lot healthier, a lot less doctor visits. Anyway, I have my money in envelope, my $1,000 a month I put in here, so $500 every 2 weeks, which means I have $100 for 2 weeks of groceries, so $200 a month for the groceries, gas, or if kids need clothes or shoes. So, and then I put my coinage, I call it coinage, in little baggies, and then I roll them up. Where eventually I have, my quarters and my pennies and dimes. And one time I had like $30 in, quarters, so it was awesome. So I do that, and then I have my other one. This is my new budgeting strategy, and it's working. I have four envelopes. One of them is called my emergency money, and this money is I keep about $60, and right now I'm $58. Actually, a little bit less because I had junk food day. Junk food day I'm allowed to have a couple times a month, and that's like, fast food. Anyway, the emergency money is, let's say I go over my budget of my $50 a week. I spend up to $30, but sometimes I might go over. So second week comes in, let's say I'm getting close. I was running low on peanut butter, for example. I put this emergency money in my purse. I try not to use it, but if I do, I don't want to have to use my $500 or my $1,000, whatever I have saved up from my other envelope. Because I put that $1,000 in an account I call loose change account. I actually go to a bank I don't even normally go to because we have so many banks up here. I went to a bank. My family doesn't know about it. My husband doesn't know about it. And by the way, you don't have to tell your partner that you have an extra bank account. Honestly, you save more by not doing that. And it's a trick my grandmother taught me years ago. And she was married to my grandpa for 57 plus years. So, he knew about it, but he never, he trusted her for so long. It's just she was so used to it. So anyways, my second envelope are school things budgets. It is May 2013. Kids get out of school soon. So it's not too early to start thinking about the next school year. And so what I do is from that $100, anything left over, like I had $23, And in the school budget, I has to be 5s or 1s. I divide that up. So I have, right now, I'll explain the 23 in a minute. I got $5 in each one. Now I get paid again today, actually, later today. And so from that $5, then I have another one, the back to school clothes budget. Again, not too early to start thinking about it. And my back to school budget is, again, saving. So at 23, I put 13 in here. So yeah, I had 5 in each kid's envelope, and let that grow. My rule of thumb is, in elementary school, as you know, kids have a lot of things. Like, I swear, every time in my daughter's fundraiser, she's in kindergarten, there's a freaking fundraiser, I swear, every month. There's always things they want, and, you know, the kids want to participate. This year, because I didn't budget, and we had the money for it, but I didn't have the cash on hand. And, for example, they have field day, and you have to buy the shirts, which I think is incredibly stupid. When I did field day in the 90s and later half of the 80s, we didn't have to buy the field day shirts, okay? We had to wear the color coordinated shirt. I don't think we had to do that. I don't remember. But it was $7, and you had to be cash. They did not take checks or credit cards, which were $7. Why would you put credit card? But I was like, well, this is ridiculous. I don't have the cash on me. And by the time I did, the order form was overdue. So I told my daughter, you know, we're in a budget next year. She was okay about it. I mean, she does, from cheerleading, I had to buy their uniform. So, I mean, that was a lot of money anyway. You know, I did talk to her. So, the rule of thumb is for kindergarten is $100 per kid in cash. You should not have to spend all $100, but you should have that at hand at all times. Middle school, $200, high school, $300 a year. And the money you have left over from the $100, you have 2 options, or several, but my options are let it roll over for next school year or put it in their bank account. It's like a bonus, you know. And that's a really good way of, you know, being responsible. And I've actually worked out how to stretch my $1,200 out. And I have, actually. I'm not going to say I have a lot. I have a good amount in my bank account, enough to go on a really awesome trip and put a down payment on a nice house because I budgeted. And the relationship is going, I don't know what's going to happen because, yeah, long story. I can snot about that later. But this is my way I've been budgeting, and it's been working. Although you're allowed to have your stupid shopping days, like I did at Target. You know, like peanut butter was 2 for $5. I did use my credit card for that stuff and the shoes I bought for my kids. But I try to, you know, but the rule of thumb is only $300 a month on a credit card. I could put gas on there, gas mainly, and the stupid days. I try not to have stupid shopping days, but, you know, during the holidays when kids are on spring break or, you know, it's summer, you're going to have those stupid shopping days, and you can budget throughout the year to make sure you can be able to pay your credit card off. Because I've been budgeting this way, my bills have been a lot lower. I've had more energy to be with my kids. I'm less stressed, and I've been happier. And my kids are able to do the things they want to do. You know, I grew up in a really awesome area in Michigan, and I, you know, was in band. I got to go on all the band trips. I lived in Europe after college and traveled. Even during college, I just studied abroad because my grandparents, they raised me, of course. My grandparents saved their money. They grew up during the Depression. They grew up dirt poor, but they learned and they became dirt rich. It's not really, yeah, but they became very wealthy because they saved and they were smart. They budgeted. This day and age in our generation, we don't budget. We're horrible at it. Let's face it. And we're always looking how to save money, the quick gimmicks. And you just got to really sit around and try what works for you. Get a jar, you know, get a wine jar, just a random jar. Fill it up with your change, your coinage. My book safe works out perfectly because I put it up. And, 1 second. Stanifer? No. I have a dog that's chewing on a kid's toy. There, sorry. Threw a ball at him. A foam ball, my kid's ball. He's a sweet dog, King Charles Cavalier, which is another expense because that costs money having dogs. And I've learned how to budget with that too. And hopefully my next blogs, I hope that you will come and check it out. I will definitely post my ways of my budgeting, saving money, the best couponing tricks, the best ways. And one thing I'd like to bring up with couponing, if you've seen The Crazy Coupon Lady, which it's how I started, to be honest. I watched reruns of Extreme Couponing. I remember they talked about the coupon binder, which is I call the coupon Bible. And I named it My Precious from Lord of the Rings, you know. And I would use that for several months. And then it just sort of, because my stockpile was so the way I wanted it to be, I didn't need it anymore. It's sitting on the sofa right now, and my coupon inserts I actually put into a folder, and I keep it on top of my table. And I really don't need to go through it because even though there's sales and you're supposed to use a coupon with a sale, I don't need anything. And I don't say, well, that's on sale and I have the coupon, so I'm going to go put it for my stockpile. That is a good thing to do, but if you have too much of it, you just become a hoarder. Like, for example, I got ragu sauce from Kroger when they had their mega sale. Buy 10, get $5 off. And then I had the coupons that came out. This is back in January. Well, I went several times. I got 20 jars. And then after that, Publix had their BOGO, and I had all these, these sauce coupons. Well, I used them because I got from near free. I'm good for a good year.